I'm trying to go to sleep, people, man. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. But every time I turn on my computer or like I'm refreshing something before I get off, I got some other stuff pop up and I got to make another video. I mean, it's just killing me right now, but I got to make another video because the All Star votes are tabulated and in the fan vote. And I've been looking for that all night and it finally popped up. And this fan vote doesn't make sense. Genuinely doesn't make sense. And it makes you truly have to question the integrity of the fan vote. It makes you truly have to question what's really going on with this fan vote. I mean, we live in a country in which we've had all kinds of questions about elections and voting and legality of voting. And while I'm not going to dare compare political elections to an all star game ballot, the all star game ballots don't make sense. And let me explain. But before we do, welcome back everyone to Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now the podcast. Like, subscribe, follow, hype the video. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Thanks for jumping on board, man. I appreciate it for real. So Paige Bueckers ends up being the overall leading vote getter for the WNBA All-Star game at 1,045,051 votes. So Paige Bueckers jumped from around 540,000 votes and got 52,000 more votes than Caitlin Clark did in the last 7 days. This is a post from Sports Patriot. So Paige Bueckers finishes number one. Caitlin Clark did pass Aaliyah Boston to finish number two at 1,023,321 votes. Aaliyah Boston finishes third at 1.01,399. Asia Wilson fourth, 999,497. Brianna Stewart, Jessica Shepard, Gabby Williams, Angel Reese. She finishes at 681,500 votes. Kelsey Mitchell, AZ Fudd, Olivia Miles, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Plum, Alicia Gray, Sophie Cunningham at 15, Nneka Ogwumike, Kiki Irvin. To have a backup coming off the bench finishing 15th in voting just should tell you how bad this shit really is. Ryan Howard at 18, that's disrespectful. Dominique Malanga, Sonia Citron, and oh my God. Lexi Hull is 21st. Lord have mercy. Lexi Hull is 21st in All-Star voting. You can't take this shit seriously. 5.6 points and 3.8 rebounds on 41% shooting. Oh my God. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Wow. All right, let's read this post here by Sports Patriot. The WNBA fan vote does not match the marketplace. It doesn't. That is the problem. In 2025, Caitlin Clark had 1.293,526 All-Star fan votes. Paige Bueckers had 805,471. Now we are supposed to believe Paige jumped to 1.045 million while Caitlin dropped to 1.023 million. That means Paige gained nearly 30% and Caitlin dropped roughly 21%. I'll take it a step further. Again, Paige Bueckers got 55,000 more, around 55,000 more votes in the last week than Caitlin Clark. Paige Bueckers got 500,000 votes in the last 7 days. She nearly doubled her entire vote total. I mean, is this what they want you to believe? Like this is the real problem. You know, is this what we are really supposed to believe, that all of a sudden she jumped up from, let me give you the exact number. The exact number. She jumped 400,000 votes. So she went from 640,026 to 1.045 million. And Caitlin Clark, who was at 670,000, jumped to 1.23. So She got beat by 52,000 votes in the final 7 days against Paige Bueckers. Well, where? I mean, I see AZ Fudd is here at number 10. Um, and AZ Fudd was actually 11. So AZ Fudd went from 347 to 631. So you're telling me the people that voted for Paige Bueckers in Dallas didn't vote for AZ Fudd? That doesn't jive. Realistic, that doesn't jive. I mean, not that AZ Fudd deserves it or earned it, but that doesn't totally jive in my opinion. But let's just for shits and giggles. Okay, so she jumped that much. Now, again, let's continue. And so, based on what? Not TV ratings, because we all know that Caitlin Clark's TV ratings far exceed Paige Bueckers. Caitlin Clark is still the WNBA's television engine. Her games are still the ones that move the needle. Paige games do not come close to creating the same national pull unless Caitlin is involved. Not attendance. Caitlin is still the road show. Caitlin is still the arena mover. Caitlin is still the player teams build ticket campaigns around. Dallas has not replaced Indiana as the WNBA's attendance engine. In fact, I'll go another further. Dallas plays in front of 6,900 people and can't sell out their building every game. Like they can't sell out their building every game. Not jersey sales. Public jersey rankings had Caitlin Clark number 1 and Sophie Cunningham number 2. There is no public evidence Paige passed Caitlin in merchandise demand. In fact, in the most recent thing that's come out is that Caitlin's number 2 overall in all basketball jersey sales behind Steph Curry. And the next 3 behind her are NBA players. Not social gravity. Caitlin is still the conversation. Caitlin is still the controversy. Caitlin is still the player every broadcast, columnist, debate show, fan base, and opponent revolves around. And not basketball production either. Caitlin is still the superior player on paper, elite scoring, league best playmaking, historic creation, deep shooting gravity, and the kind of offensive responsibility Paige simply does not carry at the same level. So where did this massive voting swing come from? A nearly 30% increase for Paige and a 21% decrease for Caitlin should leave fingerprints. Higher ratings, bigger crowds, more merchandise demand, a clear market shift, a visible change in popularity. But the public evidence points the other way. The marketplace still says Caitlin, Caitlin. The ratings still say Caitlin. The attendance still says Caitlin. The jersey sales still say Caitlin. The basketball still says Caitlin. But somehow the fan vote says Paige. That is statistically indefensible without transparency. Show the data, show the process, because show the audit trail. Because right now, this looks like the WNBA trying to manufacture a popularity shift the actual marketplace does not support. I mean, yeah, someone is sitting here saying that Paige just pulled 1.9 million viewers on Ion. Against who? Against who? Yeah, this is someone wanting to make up some bullshit because that's not factual. That's not factual. There was not an Ion game featuring Paige Bueckers that drew 1 point. Her Ion debut averaged 639,000. Like the 1.9 figure comes from a different broadcast, not a standalone Paige game on Ion. Those are two completely different ratings. Caitlin Clark did 2.5 million last week against the New York against which team did they play a week ago? Was it the Liberty or I forget whoever they played a week ago on Saturday. And then this past week against the Los Angeles Sparks, they dropped 1 million because Caitlin Clark didn't play. Like people like to make up bullshit. They like to lie. And yeah. I mean, these votes don't make sense. And again, this was last year's vote total, which I'll share with you as well. Like you can see it on paper. Like explain to me how in the world Caitlin Clark's dropped like that. I'm sorry, as much as Caitlin Clark fans are mad, they're not going to fuck their player out of the All-Star game to make her look bad. I mean, that's just the reality. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. Like you can see it. Caitlin Clark is at 1.29 million. Collier, obviously this year she's been injured, so she's not getting votes. Even Aaliyah Boston dropped 170,000 votes from last year. So you telling me that 300,000, nearly 300,000 Caitlin Clark fans just didn't vote this year? but are still watching her play. It doesn't make sense. It never will make sense. It's rather remarkable how someone can have a 400,000 vote increase in 7 days when she only had 640,000 votes in the first 2 weeks. You knew there'd be a push in the final week, but the push was expected to have Caitlin Clark jump over everybody, not fall behind Paige Bueckers, who, I mean, I don't have TV ratings in front of me right now, but she ain't get 1.9 million viewers. That's a lie. Someone likes to make up a story to fill up some bullshit. And the fact that Lexi Hull it was eighth last year in votes is insane, and this year is still 21st is insane. But you know, I don't believe it. I just don't. It's the same old, folks. It's the same old, man. These are the things that don't make sense because we all know that Caitlin Clark still makes the WNBA world rotate, not Paige Bueckers. And for her to magically have that type of increase in votes, I mean, maybe the bots are out in full effect. Maybe the Facebook push in China is in full effect. I don't know, but this shit ain't real. And yeah, I would like to see it. I would love to see an audit. They'll never provide it. It feels like it's a manufactured attempt by the WNBA to shift the votes. And you couldn't make it so glaring and have Caitlyn fall to like 700,000 votes. You had to make it incremental and somehow flip this thing up. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. There was a question on there was a question on Jeopardy where they threw a photo of Paige Bueckers up on the screen. People thought that shit was Caitlin Clark. I mean, come on, man. Caitlin Clark is first in points per game at guard, or I think she's second actually. She's third, no, she's third. See, that's inaccurate too. But she's first in assists at guard. She's second in point creation. I mean, come on, man. Like, stop that. I don't have the energy, man. It's 3:08 in the morning. But man, this is a type of nonsense that it's ridiculous. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.